to record. Go ahead and approve that recording. Hopefully it records just this room and not whatever's going on in the main room. But yeah, I just always want to remind you guys, like, communication on the days that you have demos planned, check in with me by 12 p.m. All right. And the reason why I always say check in by 12, like some of you guys know, like been working with me, is like after 12 o'clock goes, like my days just get really busy. Like I have just back-to-back events. I'll be able to answer quick calls here and there, but I get really busy after 12. So like if you like check in with me by 12 p.m. and I want you guys to treat this job like a job. That's what I talked about last week, right? Because if you treat it like a hobby, guess what? You'll get paid like a hobby. But if you treat it like a job or like a profession, you'll get paid like a professional. And that's like you clocking in for work at any other job. Because if you didn't clock in, Jonathan, would you get paid for that time you worked? They're like, no, we have no proof, right? Like, I don't believe you, right? So it's just like you wouldn't get paid for that time. And then after your appointments, you guys can call me to clock out. Let me know how your appointments go. Like Alex does a good job of this, letting me know how his appointments go, and then you're good. All right. So Vector Impact app. Make sure your schedule and your goals are updated on there. I look at those daily. Demo, clock out or call, and then 1 week notice before missing events. So one of my biggest pet peeves, some of you guys that were here last week heard me rant about this, is just like bailing out on something like minutes before it starts. Right. So it's just like one thing you guys will always know is our team events every Wednesday, 5 to 7. I expect everybody to be here. I don't really ask you guys like too much. Just be at this meeting. All right. Be at this meeting on a weekly basis. All right. Here's our mission right now. Our mission is to continue to grow. We want to provide the premier personal, professional, financial opportunity for people in the IE and Sierra Mora in Nevada. We won't wait for opportunities to come our way. We're trying to create as many opportunities to become the best versions of ourselves. Relentless work ethic, a positive attitude, and championship mentality. So this is what I'm going to talk about a little bit tonight, is the championship mentality as we go into one of the most important times of the year for our company. All right. And then another thing you guys will hear me talk about a lot is building the team. Just by a show of hands, have any of you guys had a friend come into an interview or anything like that you know of? All right, cool. Like Alex, I think you have like 2 or 3 friends in training like today, right? Like, so that's something that's really exciting. And that gets me excited. I think Layla, you had a friend like start last week, right? Like somebody that you went to middle school with. I don't even think you talk to anymore, but you know, like they started working with us, right? And I'm always looking for people to help us grow. I'm looking for people to help us grow. And one thing that Krista might notice, and Sarah Mora and Carmen, right? They've been with me when the team was small and we're getting bigger, right? You see that, Carmen? Like the team is growing. And here's the thing. My goal for our office is to sell a lot of Cutco. I want to sell a lot of Cutco, and I want to help people hit their goals through selling Cutco, just because I've been able to do that. So I try to give back and help people out as much as I can. So if you guys know somebody that like you think would be a great fit on the team, or you just have a buddy that you think like would crush it here, like invite them onto the team. Like I want to recruit more people like you guys into our organization. Like I'll be very upfront and honest with that, because I want to build the best team in the history of the universe. And by us building a bigger team, Bryant, guess what that does for you guys? It creates more opportunities, because if we continue to grow, right? I think of like Austin Robinson, who's here, and Andrew Duber, who's here, right? These guys all started in my office as sales representatives like you guys, and now they're running their own businesses in different parts of our territory, just because we've grown and we accomplish new things. So that's why I like to build our team, and big armies always beat smaller armies, right? So I don't want to have the smallest army. I'll talk a lot about Summer Conference #1 and how we want to have the biggest army going into that event. Now, on your Vector Connect profiles, you guys will see a spot where you guys will have a social media PR link. Anytime you do have somebody that you want to recommend to the job right away, you can just send them this link and they can apply to the position right there. You automatically get credit. Now, here's the thing. If you haven't recommended friends or helped your buddies get the job, I highly recommend it. We just had a scenario right here where we had 2 people in training that were best friends, but they applied through different places, right? So it's just like that happens all the time, right? Because we have a lot of advertisements that go out. So it's like, if you have somebody, or if you haven't posted it on your social media story, definitely do so, because I'm going to probably find them some way or shape or form, right? But I want you guys to get the credit. If they apply through one of my links or anything like that, like I'll like you guys don't get the credit, unfortunately. So we have people post on their story all the time. So I won't talk too much about that. I like to talk about the prizes. And here, okay, here, real quick here. In the chat box, tell me, what is a prize between $100 and $200 that would excite you? Between $100 and $200 that would excite you. All right, Bryant said shoes. Ooh, Disneyland tickets, Alex. I've never given away Disneyland tickets. That's a good one. A full gas tank. That is a good one. That's a good one right there, right? Gas prices, no one's trying to pay that. Huh. What else? Give me some more. Cash, of course, Layla, cash, of course. Gas prizes. Great, great. Awesome, awesome. All right. Gordon Ramsay restaurant, Darlene. I like the way you think. I like the way you think. Okay, awesome. Concert tickets. So I just wanted to get an idea because I want to make sure I make contests that like you guys are actually excited about. All right, like I want to make contests that you guys are actually excited about. So here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. I'm trying to think of a contest on the spot. Sometimes that doesn't go well, but I have a contest. All right, I have a contest. I'll come up with the details, but here's the contest in a nutshell. If you guys can recommend one friend to the position within like the next week, all right? So my next training I'm going to be running is next Wednesday. And this might be somebody that's like, so here's what happens, right? You remember how we send out like the text to your friends and things like that? Me and Sarah were going through the list. There's a bunch of your friends that we started texting, but just like, you know, have you guys ever had a conversation that just kind of dies out just because it forgets? Like you guys have friends that are interested, but we just haven't finished scheduling them for a time to meet, right? Some of you guys also have friends that you've just never even recommended to the job. And some of you guys have never even posted onto your story. All right. So if you guys get one friend onto the job, I'm going to hook everybody up with something. I'm still working on what the prize level is going to be for that. But I got the company gave me some extra money to use towards advertising. However, I don't want to advertise. This advertise doesn't work, Darlene. Like, when was the last time you called a number that you saw like on a billboard or side of a building? You know, it's just like that stuff doesn't work. So don't tell anybody. Like, I'll hook you guys up if you guys help me out. But don't tell the company on me that like I'm using their money for you guys. Like, Brian, I'll buy you a pair of shoes, right? Like stuff like that. So don't tell me. All right. But like the first prize isn't going to be $100 or $200 value. But if you get like I'm thinking 3, right? Like if you have 3 friends start, I'll probably hook you up with like $100, $200 prize level or something like that. Still working it through my head. But I'll have those final details tonight for you guys. Okay. Let me come back to my slide here. So the golden circle, I talk about this a lot. While you guys are working with me. This is knowing your why. All right. Knowing your why is so important. And I know there's many of you guys that have had moments where we've sat down and we've talked about goals, like Alex and Brad, we did this the other day. And the reason why you want to have a strong why. Here's the reason why you want to have a strong why, Miner, is when your why is strong enough, it's easy to put up with the crap. And it's easy to overcome challenges and obstacles. For example, be honest with me, all right? I want everybody to be 100% honest with me. Who doesn't like making phone calls? All right, you're all fired. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, so like me as a rep, I never liked making phone calls. Like, it wasn't my favorite thing to do. Like, I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite thing to do. Like, I wasn't waking up early to like run out of bed to go make phone calls, you know? However, as soon as my why became strong enough, it's easier to pick up the phone and dial that number. right? Especially if you're like, like we all have our off days, our negative days, our down days. Having a strong why is what gets you through those days, right? Like many of you guys were grateful for life, right? Like that's why you want to make something out of your life. Is like, all right, you've been given life, like you got to make the most with it. So this is something I want everybody to kind of like think about. All right. And we're going to be doing one-on-ones this week, but I want you guys to think about like a strong reason for you to grind. A strong reason for you to grind. Some of you guys might have kids, have a family, and you want to grind for them. Others of you guys, you might have a big bill that's due, and you might want to grind for that. And then some of you guys, you might still not know what your strong why is, but maybe it's just like you're competitive and you want to be the best. Whatever your reason is, like I want you guys to start thinking of that, because now it makes it easier for you to like wake up in the morning and go to Champs Club and make phone calls. Right now, it's easy for you to do 4 appointments in a day and get all no sales, right? Because you're like, well, I know what I'm doing this for. I know what the grind, what the outcome is going to be if I stay true and keep grinding on my why. The easy part is done for us. What we already have our what? Cutco products, right? That is like the what that we're presenting to people. We already have our how, Darlene, right? We have the manual, we have the whole program already dialed in for you. You just need a strong why to like make you like follow the program and get through to it. All right. So that's something, these are the things that I talk about every single week at our team meeting. All right. Now the next thing I wanted to highlight, well, first I just want to do some gratitude here. And something that we do at every team meeting is we talk about everybody and like what we're great. Like I appreciate you guys. So I'm going to highlight a few of you guys here in 1 second. Austin, I'll let you go first, and then I'll wrap up from there.
So, some of the people on our squad that, are really coming to play right now. Let me look at my Reach-A fanatics, as we call them. That's what Evan calls them. I'm just saying Evan's words from the top. But I want to give a shout out to Grace Hawley, getting on the board on Monday. I was like, Grace, we need a sale. Get out. She's like, all right, ready to make it happen. She went out and closed down an $800 service call lead. If you want to learn more about service calls, reach out to Grace. And then she's already at like $700 for this week already. So she's on a good flow because she knows it's challenge week. It's time to start selling, right? She's like, all right, let me get my kit going. So she's closing down everyone, guys. So honestly, keep Grace away from your family. If you haven't sold Cutco to your family, just keep Grace away from her. She's getting a little over the top about it. Yeah. Well, Chris, you already sold your mom an Ultimate, so you're good. And then Jesus, this man is sneaky with the orders. This man is a sneak attack with the orders. He got $800 on the board last week, and all of it late at night. This man is just doing late night hustle type appointments, and he had his first promotion on Monday night as well. And then Celeste is just killing it with team building. If you want to learn how to team build and how to build a great squad around you, Celeste is almost there to almost be qualified to one day win a team builder scholarship. You want to learn more about that? Reach out to John. Those are just good things to add resume experience and extra income. So that's what Reach-A Inland Empire is doing, y'all.
All right, awesome. Hey, everybody smile real quick. I'm going to take a picture. Hold on. I'll tell you, I'll go 1, 2, 3. I'm working on my Espanol. All right, 1, 2, 3. Nice, Carmen. I got your smiley emoji right there. That was good. All right. Awesome. So I just wanted to recognize everybody turning in an order last week. Something you'll always see us post in the chat box. Every order matters. So last week we had our best week of the summer. So give yourselves all a round of applause. So good job, you guys, last week. We had AJ turning in 3 orders. We had Alex turning in an order. Arvin turned in an order. Brad turned in 3 orders. Brianna turned in an order. Daniel Reeder turned in 35 orders. I'll talk about him in a second. Darlene turning in 3 orders. Eddie turning in 10 orders. Krista turning in 2 orders. Layla turning in an order. Minor turning in an order. Rebecca turning in 2 orders. Sean turning in an order. And Valerie turning in an order. So good job last week. Our team sold about $26,000 worth of cuchillos. All right, so that's a lot of knives last week, and every single order adds up, and it adds up to that total amount. Now, to kind of give some people some special recognition, first thing I want to give Darlene a shout out. All right, so Darlene, I want to say, hey, I appreciate you and all the work that you're doing behind the scenes. Right. So one thing about Darlene is, at first she was unfamiliar with Zoom. Right. And this is why I give her props, is because she went out there, she took her time, she learned Zoom, right? She rewatched like some parts of training, and she's taken the job at her own pace. And she was like, John, I'm going to get this. And once I get this, it's over for people. Right. And then like last week, she hit her demo goal. So I was really proud of that. She said, I'm going to do 10 demos, and she hit 10 demos, and she sold over $1,000 last week. I think it was like $1,300 for the week, hit her first promotion. So give Darlene a round of applause. Thank you, Darlene, for your leadership right there. And I believe she sold a galley set last night, right? So she's already on the board this week, and she wasn't playing around. She's like, I'm going to come for everybody, right? And I really love that. The next person I want to recognize is Brad. Brad's been doing a great job with communication, and Brad just started the position. So like, I really appreciate your communication and his follow-up, especially with me, right? Like sometimes I forget things, or I get a bunch of chats and I lose track of messages, and Brad has follow up, and I really appreciate that. He's been coming to the phone jams and champs clubs and really taking advantage of learning the job very well. Then the next person I want to appreciate is Layla. All right, so Layla's over here, and Layla, she just hit her second promotion, so she's over 3,000. Her average order is increasing. All right, see, there's Layla, and I know she has a lot going on behind the scenes, right? Like she's an aspiring actress, right? Going to auditions and doing acting lessons and classes, and still getting the job done. And I really appreciate your energy, Layla, for the position. Like, it's always a delight talking to you, because she's always positive. Fun fact about Layla, she's allergic to everything on the planet. All right, just kidding. But we will keep Layla alive. Just don't give her anything. All right. So thank you, Layla, for your leadership, and I'm excited to see what you do. All right. And then Valerie. All right, Valerie's somebody else that I really enjoy working with. She's a grinder, and one thing I love, I'll tell you guys the type of people I love working with is people that grind and work hard. All right, anybody can get lucky. All right, like anybody can get lucky. You can sell like a big set once and that's it. But what really shows me is your work ethic. All right, and I have a lot of people that tell me like, all right, John, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. I hear that a lot, right? And I never hold anything to anybody. I just want to see it done, right? And that's what I really look for when I work with people, because to be honest, like, I'm the hardest working person I know, right? I'm the hardest working person I know. Some of you guys might see that. Like, some of you guys ask me like, John, you're here, you're there, you're right. So it's like, I'm always looking for somebody to challenge me, right? Like, they're like, people always tell me, John, I'll work harder than you. I'm just like, show me, right? And showing up is just half the battle. So I really appreciate people that get after it, work hard. So like, Valerie, you're one of those people that works hard. So I really love working with you. Krista, you're another one of those hardworking people, juggling a lot of things, but you still get it done on a weekly basis. So I appreciate you guys that get after it and work really hard and push yourselves every week to get better. There's a lot of people I want to thank. I want to thank everybody, honestly, right? I want to thank everybody. But Sarah Mora, all right, she's one of our up and coming assistant managers. Sarah has already sold over $10,000 worth of Cutco, right? And then like she's on track to hitting bonus land. So that's something that's really exciting. And Sarah does a lot of work behind the scenes, right? Like, she helps me out with like pay stuff and making sure like all the admin things get handled, because honestly, like I don't like doing that stuff. So some of you guys have probably talked to me. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know answers to any admin questions right now, but I'll find those answers for you. All right. So Sarah helps me keep some of that stuff organized behind the scenes. So I really appreciate that. All right. And then I'm not gonna spend the whole time talking about everybody, but Alex, right? Like I love your work ethic. Bryant, thank you for improving, right? Like I know we had a conversation today, and boom, like right away, like after, right, got 2 sales and you're crushing it. So Bryant just also hit his first promotion. I think I mentioned Alex hit his first promotion. Am I missing any other promotions? I don't know, but lots of things are happening in a positive light here in the East Riverside office. And if I did forget something, I'm sorry. I'll be better next time. All right. Now, here's what I really wanted to talk about. You remember how I said today, you guys probably like popped on and you're like, oh man, today's an important meeting. All right. And I hope you guys can appreciate my honesty. All right. Because I know there's some managers that probably aren't honest and don't tell people, aren't very transparent. I'll be transparent as heck with you guys. All right. Right now we're in challenge week. What challenge week is, you heard Evan talk about that at the beginning a little bit, but challenge week is the week leading up to our big contest season. So challenge week is a contest in itself, right? Like you're going to see people working hard, and top 5 representatives win trophies at this event. So this event is on Monday, and I need everybody there. All right, like it's not like a non-negotiable. It's like, oh, John, can I show up late? Or John, like, what if I don't want to go? No, you have to go. All right, so put this in your calendar on Monday. It's 10 a.m. to 1:30. 10 a.m. to 1:30. And at this event, it's going to be a learning event. All right, like we're going to be like learning to get better at our jobs. Like that's what you do, right? Like when you're in a profession, no matter where you go, right, you have to get better and show signs of improvement at work. So this event will do that. You're going to learn how to sell an ultimate set. All right, you guys are going to learn how to sell an ultimate set at this event. I think those are awesome, right, Krista? Krista sold an ultimate set this summer. I think you're our only ultimate set of the summer so far. All right, I feel like there's going to be a lot sold after this. 10 a.m. to 1:30, Bryant. All right, you're going to learn how to sell an ultimate set. You're going to learn how to expand your names list, right? So I'm aware there's some of you guys, you're like, John, I feel like I'm running out of people to call, or what do I do if I have no more names? I have never seen somebody run out of people to call in this job. I've never seen it. I've only seen people run out of people they feel comfortable calling. All right, so that's a different conversation we'll have later, but you're going to learn like some different ways to continue to expand and grow your business. All right. The third thing we're going to talk about is Summer Conference 1, which is going to be an in-person event. All right, and that's going to be July 13th. So go ahead and put that in your calendar as well. July 13th. And that event, Raphael, we're trying to get as many people there in person as possible. All right, so I'll talk more about this at the thing, but I'm going to be meeting with every single person on our team in the next few days to make a game plan on how to take advantage over these next few weeks, because I've seen these next few weeks change people's summers, right? Just because of like what the push brings is competition. It brings a reason to just go hard and grind. Like my favorite part about this job is even when I was first starting was I could go as hard as I wanted to, and I could also take back. But there's like certain moments where there's like go times, and like I'm just thinking about anyone that needs like a certain amount of money, right? Money shouldn't be your only motivation, but it does help solve a lot of problems. And I realize that, right? It's like think about if you have a negative parent about the job. If you're making a crap ton of money, would they be negative? No, right? Like that all goes away, right? Like so this is like the time to kind of show up. This is where I'm going to ask just a little bit more out of everybody on our team, right? And we're going to have like a few different types of groups that are going on. There's going to be some of you guys, you're like, John, I'm all in. I want to go big. right? You guys will be in like our gunner group and my A team, right? And then there's gonna be some of you guys that are on the B team. You're like, I don't really know where I want to, how hard I want to work. I do know I want to support the team and like get closer towards my goals, but I don't know if I want to go as intense. Either one, we need both of you guys. All right, we need both of you guys. All right, but challenge week, this one we have to win. We have to win challenge week. All right, so here's where my honesty comes out. You want to know the reason why? All right, I recently got promoted a few months ago. to a new position. Thank you, Raphael. Right, but it's like this is gonna be like the first time to actually like prove it. Right, like this is like the first time. Like, all right, was he worthy of this promotion? Right, like does he do it? Have you guys ever been like the underdog at something? You're like nobody really believed in you, or they kind of counted you out. I love being in that position. I love when people think our team can't beat theirs. I love when people think that we can't win, that we can't be the number one office in the company. Like, I love being in that position, Bryant. Like, that motivates me. It motivates me. And I've told you guys, like, I'm really competitive, right? So I don't want to just win challenge week. I want us to dominate it. And it's not anything about like my goals or anything like that. It's about you guys. The only way we win this is if you go after your individual goal. All right. And I've been having conversations with you guys, like how many appointments you want to do, how much you want to sell, right? Like so on and so forth, like that. So just start thinking about your goal. Your goal. All right. And that's all I care about is everybody hitting their individual goals this week. But the reason why I want us to go big this week is for summer conference number 1 push period. So this week is like the playoffs. Anybody watch basketball? Anyone see the Warriors win? All right. So there's playoffs that lead up to that championship finals series, right? Like challenge week is like playoffs. You're just kind of getting warmed up. Intensity of the game steps up during this time. Summer conference 1 is like the championship of the summer. Whoever wins SC1 kind of wins the summer is what it looks like. And it takes 3 weeks to build momentum. So even if you're at 0 right now, it takes 3 weeks to shift all your momentum to go your way. So week 1, you put in a lot of work and you get very little result. All right. Some of you guys might have experienced that. You're like, John, I feel like I did everything right. And then I just didn't get my result. Week 2, you still put in that same amount of effort and then your results start to increase a little bit. Nothing like crazy, but you're like, all right, I see progress. But that 3rd week is where you explode, Brad. All right, that 3rd week is where you explode. And that's what I want everybody to get a chance to experience. But here's the challenge for me. Most people do week 1 and they grind as hard as they can. And then they're like, I didn't see any growth. I quit and give up. But we got to remember, right? We got to be practical, right? We got to think about life, right? Like think about anything you started new. You didn't just like weren't pro at it like right away first week, right? So it's like there's a build up to it, right? And then so some people give up week 1, and then there's some people that are like, oh, John, I did improve, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and then they give up week 2, and they never get a chance to see their pop week. They never get a chance to see their explosion. Okay, so that is what challenge week is for, to build up towards summer conference number 1. All right, but the better we do with challenge week, the better we're going to sprint into summer conference number 1. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wrap us up with this is what championship mentality is. Championship mentality is the first one is having a goal. All right. And go ahead and write these down. The first thing is having a goal. It could be a big goal. It could be a small goal. You just need to have a goal. And the reason why you need a goal is it gives you a direction in where you're headed. So many times I talk to somebody where they don't even have a goal. They haven't even thought of a goal. And guess what happens with their activity? They're not doing anything, right? Or they say like a half-assed goal that they didn't really mean. They're just saying it because they're like, oh, this is what my manager wants to hear. No, like have a real goal that you want to have. Okay. So that's the first thing is have a goal in mind. The second thing for championship mentality is making a plan. All right, making a plan. And sorry if you guys hear an angry baby in my background, but making a plan and what that plan looks like. This is where I'll be able to help you guys out in this job, is just having clear, definitive steps of action. Right. So for our job, the plan is just executing your phone jams. Right. That, like, if you just execute your phone jams and you actually work the phone jams, you'll more than likely hit your goals. The only reason why someone doesn't hit their demo goal is they don't make enough phone calls. That is it. Every single week, that's the only way. So knowing when you're going to make your phone calls, right? What days you plan on doing demos? How many demos do you plan on doing each of those days, right? Having like a plan and a system for execution, which leads me to the third point here, which is execute. So I've seen this a lot too. People make this big, beautiful plan, right? We take time to work on this. We think everything looks perfectly. And then guess what they do? They put that plan somewhere. They close out the app on their phone with that plan. They put the note in their backpack and they never look at it again. And this is where most people get stuck. All right, this is where most people get stuck. Does anybody know someone that's ever started a business or tried to start a business, but it never just got off the ground? That's usually why. It's just like the executing part of it, right? And I'll show you guys something right here. All right, I'll just show you this, like for me. So like this is what I track for like my office's goals, right? So like I have some form of like tracking like what we do on a weekly basis, how far we are away from our goals. Am I behind the goal? Do I need to step up? Right? Different things like that. So it's like everything I'm doing is like I'm trying to orchestrate it, right? But I'm keeping track of it and I show up every day to execute the plan that's in place. Like this whole summer is planned out, right? Like everything is already planned in advance, right? Because think about it like this, Bryant, would you want to work for a business owner that was like, hey guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this job. I don't know if it's gonna work, right? Like, wouldn't that be scary, like stepping into a new job like that? So it's like everything's golden, right? We just have to execute. So that's the third thing. All right, the fourth thing with championship mentality is passion. So then we have some people that they make a goal, they make the plan, then they execute it, but then they execute it poorly. So here's an example in Cutco of executing poorly. You're like, I kind of followed the manual. All right, kind of doesn't cut it. All right, you're gonna get kind of good results, right? So it's kind of, right? Yeah, I did follow the introduction script a little bit, but I made it my own. Right? It's like, you guys see what I'm saying? Right? It's like, oh yeah, like I did do the demo. But she just didn't. I don't know. It wasn't me, right? So it's like they don't take that ownership. And I'm sure you guys can notice, like when I'm speaking, like I'm a very passionate person, right? And it's because like I really believe in it, right? I really want it to happen. I really want it to work out. Right? The reason why, like, I think 90% of my customers buy from me, it's not because I'm super, super skilled. It's just because I was always confident and passionate about the products. And I always expected my customers to buy. Like, I was actually really shocked when people didn't buy. I'm like, you're not going to get anything? Did you not see the can opener? It's guaranteed forever. The cheese knife, did you not see the penny cut? Oh my, right? Like I was like shocked, like they didn't buy, right? But so I want you guys going into your appointments, like expecting them to buy, not wondering if they're gonna buy. Just changing that mindset and having more confidence and passion for the products, you'll sell twice as much Cutco, guaranteed. Okay, so have passion for your goals. Just by a show of hands, how many of you guys have I shared goals with or taught you how to share goals? All right, cool. A few of you guys. All right, we gotta work on this more. All right, but sharing your goals passionately. I like, does your customer believe that you believe in your goals? Because people can tell when you're bullshitting. You guys realize that, right? Like, I know when you guys are lying to me. I won't always tell you, but I know when you're like lying, right? Like, it's not hard. People are terrible liars. That's why I just don't do it, because I'm not good at it, right? This is like, people are bad liars, all right? So I was like so don't half-ass the appointments. Like, if you're gonna do the appointment, do it really good. Put your all into it. Share those goals with your customers. And then the last thing I'm gonna say here is never give up. Never give up. Have any of you guys ever told me a problem and I just responded, champions find a way? Yeah. Right. And sometimes you might give me all these problems and I might just say, good. I love the challenges. Like, I don't know about you guys. I love challenging situations because I know if I figure it out, I'm a badass. Right. Like, I know if I figure it out, like, I'm gonna grow from it. I love the challenges. So bring on the challenges. I'm sure you guys have all heard this quote: don't ask for a lighter load, build a stronger back. Right? So it's like I love the challenges, right? The people that succeed the most usually overcome the most challenges. If life is too easy for you, or you want it to be comfortable, that means it's time to add on something else. That means it's time to do something challenging, because that's what's going to help you grow the fastest. And that's what's going to help you get to where you want to be and just make you a better person at the end of the day. All right. Like, I know this job can have challenging days. All right. I'd be lying to you if I said, like, oh, I've never wanted to quit. No, of course. All right. I told Layla this story, I think, right? Where I was like, try to quit and go work at a sports store. And that would have been easy, right? Like, who knows what the person I would have been if I was just working at a sports store talking about basketball all day, right? So it's like, that's easy for me. That's easy for me. But this job was challenging. And when I overcame those challenges, I got to seek all the rewards and the benefits of it. So it gets easier. I promise. The job gets easier, right? You just have to get better. All right. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Like, don't give up. All right. The good stuff's right around the corner. And let's crush this challenge week. So the main focus that we need to go into challenge week with is amount of appointments. I want to share a couple of things with you guys, and then I'll let you guys go. I know I'm working on my timing. I always go like 4 minutes over, so I'm sorry. Just plan for it in advance. All right. The first thing that I want everybody to be aware of is on Sunday, we have something called the all-day call day. All right, the all-day call day on Sunday. All right, now it's exactly what it sounds like, right? But just like making time to make calls all day to schedule appointments to kickstart the push. All right, and I believe there's going to be a contest or a crazy raffle going on at our phone jam. Let me find the post so I can share it in the team meeting here. All right, so I'll share a few things here in the team chat. So all day call day, there's going to be a few shifts on our regional phone jam schedule: 10:30 to 12, 2 to 4, 6 to 8 p.m. I'll be at all those shifts. Even if you like need help or need to pop on, right? Like, I'll be there. I can pull you into breakout rooms. We can chat, but I'm going to be there literally all day at all those shifts. The reason why we have those 3 shifts is so you could do 3 waves of calls and start to load up the beginning of push. Because after that division meeting on Monday, Raphael, you're going to be so loaded with energy. You're going to be so amped up and excited to go like crush the push week. You want to make sure you have appointments right after. So you heard Evan talking about always having 5 appointments right after. Okay. So that's going to be all day call day. We want to try to get 5 appointments on Tuesday, 5 appointments on Wednesday. Like, you just want to load up the front half of your push week to go big. All right. The second thing I want everybody to be aware of is after the division meeting, I want everybody to do some appointments, but then I want everybody to meet up. All right. Would you guys be down to like get together and have some fun Monday night? All right. Anybody like dodgeball? Okay. So here's what I'm trying to orchestrate, but we need people there. All right. We need people there. I'm gonna try to get a giant dodgeball game together Monday night. All right. So we're gonna meet at our office in downtown, and then we'll figure out the location. We might go to like a local park, or we might just do it in the parking lot at the office. I don't know. But we're gonna have a bunch of balls there. And I want us to create some competition. I want to get a chance to actually meet you guys. Like I haven't even met all of you. All right. It's crazy. So sorry, Sarah. I know you're gonna be in Nevada, but we'll FaceTime you in, and I'll let you get hit with a ball on my phone. It'll be great. All right. But yeah, I want to get everybody there. So I'm gonna post the details here. I'm thinking 6 p.m/7, somewhere around that time, because it's still light outside. We'll get a chance to do that. And then after we're done, we can go get some like dessert or ice cream or food afterwards and just kind of hang out as a team. Because that's one thing I do miss about like us doing in-person stuff, was just getting a chance to have some fun as a team and get a chance to know each other. We will not go to Applebee's, Bryant, because I hate Applebee's. Hate them with a passion, Bryant. I'm just kidding. I'm open. We'll decide there. All right. But here's the details right there. Go ahead and plan accordingly for that. I would love to see everybody. Right. So let's try to get as many people there, and imagine like teams of like 10 versus 10. We're going to get the Richie Inland Empire office there. So Grace, be ready for dodgeball on Monday. We'll get the other Riverside office there, and we got to dominate that, of course. Okay. So that's the last thing I think I was going to share right there. And then I'll also share the dates for all the conferences as well. So that way you guys can get those in your calendar. Like I said, I'm going to talk about summer conference number 1 every week until we're there. And then we're going to try to win that thing too. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you guys for letting me kind of just like spew a bunch of things on there, and let's be champions. All right, let's be champions. Let's take the division meeting. I'll talk to you. I'll be reaching out individually to set up one-on-ones to make individual plans with all of you guys. That's what I'm going to be doing Thursday through Saturday. So that way everyone's clear on what they're going for. All right. Adios. Have a great night. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, John, I got a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
All right. So about the clocking in and clocking out, right?
Yeah.
So is that done through the
Just call me.
vector? Okay.
No,
all
no,
right,
no.
bet.
You're not. Yeah, you don't have to actually like. You're not actually clocking in anywhere. Like
Okay.
you calling me is like you clocking in.
Oh shoot. All right, for sure. All right.
Cool.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Take care, guys.
Adios.
Bye.
All right. Peace. Question, Brad? Or are you just saying bye?
John,
All right. Bye, Brad. What's up, Darlene?
I have a question. When you say clock in, can we text you also, or does it have to be a phone call?
No, yeah, you can like text me. Like me and you, Darlene, we have pretty good communication. So like you're doing fine. Whatever you're doing right now is good.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
mainly talking to the ones that don't call or communicate.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you soon.
Have
Keep
a
it
good
up.
night.
All right, bye. Are you guys talking to each other? Tell Austin to talk on here. You don't know what's funny? It's funny because I could see like the reciprocation. I see Austin like blah, 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 and then Grace.
Hey,
What are
we
you guys
joined you,
talking
John. Great team meeting. Just what we needed for challenge week. I have a Seuss uncoding the exact things that you said right now behind your enemy gates. Currently putting a virus in your mainframe. Ha ha! That's what my people are doing. I'm pretty sure they're doing that. Hope they're doing something like that.
I'm down. You guys heard about the dodgeball team night, right?
No, what the
Oh,
heck?
yeah, when's this? Finally.
What happened?
Monday. After
Dodgeball.
so we're gonna do division meeting, Grace. It ends at 1:30. We're gonna try to crank out as many demos as we can on
Heck yeah.
before like 6. I want everybody finishing up their demos around like 6. Meet
Okay.
at the office at like 6:30, 7, and then we're gonna just crush it.
Where
I
are we
think
playing?
I don't know. That's why I want to get everybody to the office, and we can. I was thinking we decide there whether it's Andolka, CBU, or the other place. But
Oh, TBU, we can do it in the sand.
that'd be interesting.
We could do it on the basketball court too.
Oh yeah, CBU's on summer, so there's nobody there, huh?
Yeah, the
Well,
basketball court would be ideal because lights, you got the
Yeah.
sand.
Yeah, I'm
things that
thinking
really
basketball
help.
court because there's a line. There's a line, and then there's lights. So it has to be late night. Late night has a different energy with dodgeball.
Mhm.
no, yeah, because in the middle of it, when you get hit in the face, you just stand there and you wonder, who am I with? It's like it's Cutco.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Grace, can't
before
bring
we
the
used to,
glasses on that one.
before my old office, Grace, we used to just
Holding on
line
for
up
women.
some like shoes or like what, like just random things there.
Okay.
Grace, back in 2016, the East Riverside office, which was ran by Jordan Suriano at the time, this was my office. We only had 7 of us, and we went against teams of 14 and 20. I don't know if John, was your team there? I don't think so.
Yeah,
You're in
yeah.
Chino.
I came down from Chino. I had some people.
Grace, this was an epic
They only had like 4 people.
win. It was like David versus Goliath. Grace, we beat out the other.
Oh
team.
no, I joined your guys' team. Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Maybe. We had some heavy hitters. We just had some heavy hitters. We had Alex Pearl just throwing bullets at kids. And then I went to the back, and people didn't know about the goalie can get people out. I got like 7 people out. We had this guy that was literally, no joke, 400 pounds. What was his name?
Andre.
Andre.
I
This,
forget his name every time.
every time, man. He's 400 plus. He might be. He was the
broke-
biggest guy I've ever seen in my life.
he broke
They called him
Austin's
Oprah
car.
back in high school. Huh?
He broke Austin's car.
Not my car. Oh, yeah, he did. My
Yeah,
car
yeah.
literally tweaked because of it. Oh,
Yeah,
Austin Jordan.
His suspension. No, it was you. Wasn't it like your car like didn't it feel weird after
It
you
was
got
someone's
out?
car. Yeah, yeah. It was never the same. It wasn't my GTI. Or no, I think it was my GTI.
Yeah, it was your first GTI, your old one. All right.
That guy could eat that.
Well,
Could you
Gary's
guys feel,
gonna be there.
could you guys feel my energy through the screen? I started sweating.
I can feel your energy, John.
Bah, bah.
Energy. I'm on the verge of spontaneous combustion.
See this Tesla shirt?
That's right.
The Tesla that smells like victory, John. Tesla.
Well, Grace, you hear that? Start preaching to the choir. Dodgeball on Monday. If there's one thing we will win, it will be dodgeball on Monday. All right?
Gary would do well with dodgeball.
So,
Huh?
so
Gary will
make
be
sure-
coming to the team.
Gary can barely walk, but get that man there. All right?
Make sure
Yes,
you
it can.
make
It's
sure your
perfect.
team gets demos done before dodgeball, or else we'll put all
Yeah.
the non-demo people on one team versus the demo people.
Mhm.
Well, the non-demo people have to line up as we just throw balls at them.
Yeah, man. I told people I'm darting them, man. I'm like I opened up. I said I'm aggressive. I'm angry right now.
How about this? Every demo you book and you complete, you get to throw someone who doesn't have demos, person that did demos and booked them gets 10 shots. So they book 10, they get 10 shots at the other guy.
No.
Shot
We can't bring work in that. We just finished our easy llama course.
We just finished.
It's true. As
You
long as
have
we just-
poor work performance. Line up on the wall.
If you are below 500 CPU this week, line up on the wall.
Hey, Grace, if you really want to learn that Reco
All right,
approach,
all right,
though,
y'all, I gotta go. But
line up on the wall.
you guys can finish your
Well
combo
done.
here. Sorry for interrupting your conversation.
No, you're good, John.
appreciate the apology.